Excellent. So that's done with discussion. Okay, I'm just going to continue down to the media section. Now, I wouldn't change this too much. This is these are cropping your pictures to a particular size. Whenever you upload a photo, it automatically does things like making thumbnails and things like that. Now, there are plugins that you can get to help the performance of your website. And so we can be talking about that in some supplementary material for extra plugins and things that we can do. There's a really good one. Is I believe it's called WP Smush, and that smushes pictures and make things a little bit more efficient. But anyways, this is where you would hard crop images and things like that. Just be very, very careful about this, because I would just pretty much just leave this default. But you can change them if you're kind of savvy around images and sizes and things like that. Okay, this says organize my uploads into month and year based folders. When you save a media picture, and I'm going to right click on the media up in the bar here just to open it up to see, it will, every time that you save a picture, like for instance this logo, it actually, if I drag it over a little bit on the URL, you can see the month and year that I uploaded it plus the name, and it actually stores on the file on your website like that in folders. You might not want that. It really is up to you. They can just see if they want to look at the link of your image, they can see when you uploaded it. So if you really want to hide that information, you can just uncheck that and click save. For me, it really doesn't matter. So there's nothing that changed in here, so I'm not going to change the settings. Okay. And going down to permalinks. So a permalink is the URL up here, and what a permalink does is it changes this sort of link here, like this, to something a little bit more readable. Okay, every post, every user, every product has an ID number that's behind it. That's in the database. So what it does is those IDs are very unique to each blog post, each page, each article, each person. So that'll be very visible up on the top if you were to use this. And I'm sure you've seen lots of websites where you have these sort of question mark and then equal signs and maybe some and signs and some information. What that's doing is it's passing information or specific variables back to the server so that it can say, oh, hey, this person's trying to view the page 1, 2, 3, right? And well, for a computer system, makes sense, but for a person it doesn't. So you want to make sure that you want to use formats that are readable by people. The computer automatically knows, or the server automatically knows, there's systems in place to be able to translate this information so that it could still find what it's looking for. So I normally like to do say for post, day and name. The other one here is like post name. Okay, so you can do that here if you want. Now that has a lot to do with your how you want to set up your blog. Now really they're talking about blogs here, not so much pages. So do you want your blog to have all the dates or anything, or just the blog title here? It's up to you. Either way it works. Will work fine. You can also use a custom structure down here. You can see how it works using these percents. If I go back to this, you'll see how it works there. When you do have your WooCommerce, you might want to change this to something a little bit more intuitive for that. And so we may come back here, but I just wanted to show you that. So, you can always just leave it like this if you want, just to make it a little bit more cleaner if you're not worried about the date. We can just leave it like that for now. Okay, so we're just going down, into this section here, optional. This is asking you what you want to do with how a category appears. And I'm fine with the default. Normally this comes in a lot of the times from the plugins that you've already downloaded and things like that. So I'm just going to leave this. We're probably not going to change anything here to its default. So I'm just going to scroll down here. Now there's some more permalinks depending on what plugins or themes that you've installed that you might want to change how it looks. Okay, I'm not going to change the default. I'm just going to leave it. In fact, I'm probably not going to use this portfolio portion when I create the site. I'm not selling anything that requires a portfolio. So, and finally, product permalinks. Well, you can have this where it's the default product. You can have this one where it is the shop. You have the product category and the product as a big long one, or you can do a custom one, and you can see how it works. If I put these in here, it automatically changes for me. So, you know, if I want to have shop, and then I can have, say, product / product category, something like I can have whatever I want to do in here. I'm just going to leave it here like the default, and I think that should be good. If you're really category heavy, you might want to use this one, especially if you got stuff embedded deep in categories. But I like this one. I think it's simple, it's clean, and that's the way we want to keep our website for products. Okay, I'm going to save those changes.